like to welcome you to our third In Conversation. Today we have Tony Lloyd, who is going to discuss devolution in the north.
It's a really good opportunity, I think, for those of us who work in the city region to get a better grasp about where our area is going. Where do we measure in comparison with other cities? I was privileged enough to be sat in the second row in the power room over there at the Science Museum when George Osborne made his very emotional and obviously thought-leading speech on the Northern Powerhouse. There will be a lot of people quite cynical about the Conservatives' agenda. But do you believe that actually they get it? That they realise that they need to rebalance the economy and they need to power up cities like Manchester in order to provide an alternative pivot in this country to the overwhelming dominance of London?
I think he believes in a small state. I think he possibly does think about the capacity to shift on the blame game, that it's all your fault in Greater Manchester if you've not delivered the promised land in 3 years, etc. However, I think genuinely he does believe in decentralising and breaking up the clammy, monolithic hands of the incompetent Whitehall machine.
Just wondered what your views were on HS2 and how it will benefit the region from a business point of view and also for individuals.
Sure. If you were to, the disappointing thing for me actually about the conversation around HS2 is that it's been very much dominated around transport between the northwest and London. I think I would say that even more important is intra-north connectivity. Getting the electrification of the Leeds line really does matter, making sure that we've got the kind of connectivity across the northern regions. Because, small detail, if you were to say to an SME in Rochdale, what's your ambitions in terms of growing? I might persuade them to export to Leeds. I probably won't get them to export to Brazil or even Luton. Now, it sounds almost like a joke at that level, but there's a reality. We know that the level of commuting between Leeds and Manchester is 1/4 what it is in equivalent distances in other European population concentrations.
My concern, and I've heard this concern expressed a lot, is that HS2 doesn't become that connection that joins up London and Manchester's economy in an equal way. It becomes a funnel, it becomes a drain for talent, it increases the travel to work area of this Death Star that has become London, and it draws more and more people in to the detriment, potentially, of Birmingham. We already saw that with the upgrade of the West Coast Main Line, that it drove a coach and horses through Birmingham's professional and financial community.
Look, London is massively important for us all. It is the international city in Europe, par excellence.
Without question.
There are things that we benefit from by proximity to London. And within that, but look, realistically, I mean, people commute. I know somebody told me this a few years back, from York. The East Coast Main Line is massively better than the West Coast Main Line in places. And people commute from York to London now on a regular basis. Somebody told me the number of season ticket holders. Let's none of us undersell what Manchester's got already. You know, we've got astonishing things already in this conurbation. We've got 4 universities in Greater Manchester. Manchester University in particular has more Nobel Prize winners working there than any university in this country. Biomedical research is world class. This isn't just in competition with London or Oxford, it's world class. We've got the people working in Salford on Masters Digital, which again can challenge anything around this world. So if we undersell ourselves this conurbation, then we'll be damaged. We are pretty good at football, but we are more than football.